drops a atomic bomb.
The free nation face a worldwide threat. It must be met with a worldwide defense.
Hello everyone and welcome to Axis and Allies 1951. Today we'll be taking a closer look at the rules for using atomic bombs inside the game. Alright, starting off, so with atomic bombs are worth 25 IPC once you can buy it. So the United States and the Soviet Union can buy atomic bombs right away. NATO and China have to research them. Now, once you buy them, they have to be deployed at a major factory. They cannot be deployed at minor factories, and they only take up one production point towards the factory, at least at this time. Always subject to change, as we all know. Now, as far as moving the bomb, you have two options. You can either move it with a strategic bomber, or you can move it by transport, sort of like how they did it at the end of World War II. However, to make the game a little fun and make it a little mysterious, after the atomic bomb is purchased and put on the field, when it moves, it comes off the field, and then the person moving the bomb obviously knows what's carrying it, but the enemy doesn't, so it's kind of a secret. So the enemy has to try and figure out what is actually carrying the atomic bomb into to where it needs to go and where they're going to try and use it. So now we'll go into a simulation of the attack, of what an actual attack will look like. So we have this group of bombers with two fighters covering it, with two enemy fighters that are trying to intercept it. Now these bombers are coming from Guam, and they're going to attack Kiangsu. I think I'm saying that right. So once the actual bombing raid starts, you select the bomber that is going to carry it. Now, atomic attacks are only considered strategic bombing raids. They can't be used to support a ground attack into an enemy territory. It is strictly for strategic purposes. Now, basically follow the same rules of strategic bombing from Axis and Allies. So, real quick, we'll just go through it. So first is the air battle. However, because we're further on from World War II, all fighters hit on a 2 or less for strategic bombing raids. So we'll just go through it real quick. So we have the two American fighters, and they missed. And then the two defending Chinese fighters, there was a hit. So one of the American planes is gone. And then, just like strategic bombing, everything kind of goes back. The fighter would return to wherever it came from. We'll just say it came from Okinawa. And the two Chinese fighters will say, we're still in the, we're in Kiangsu when the raid started. So now, again, following the same rules of strategic bombing, because we have one atomic bomber and two regular bombers, the two regular bombers, the attacker can choose to attack a certain facility, and then there is the atomic bomb. So first we'll get the regular strategic bombing out of the way and deal out the damage that would again, gotta do the anti-aircraft fire first. So in Kiangsu, there are 3 facilities, so they each get to roll against the 3 bombers. So we'll just kind of go through it. So there was a hit. Now, if they roll a hit, to make it a hit against the atomic bomber, the defender will roll 1 dice, and you have to roll a 6. If you roll a 6, you kill the atomic bomber. So let's just see what we get. Got a 4, didn't count. All right, so now we'll go, and then you repeat for all the facilities. So once we get to the actual bombing portion of it, so, break them up into their two groups. The strategic bombers will drop first, so you do the usual. You pick a facility, you roll your dice, and you drop your bombs. Now it comes for the atomic bomb. Now, when dropping an atomic bomb, you roll 3 dice. Then, from the 3 dice, you take the best 2 results. So, 5. Now, in that territory, that's how many people are, that's how many ground troops are lost to the actual blast. So, obviously, there's only 3, but these 3 would be considered, well, actually 4 because of the anti-aircraft. So, all those are dead. They die in the blast. Now, going into it next, now we have the 3 industrial complexes. Now, because since there wasn't precision atomic bombing back in the day, what we've decided to do is that depending on how many facilities are in a territory, you'll leave it to the dice roll the chance on what to determine what you hit. So in this case, we have a factory, an air base, and a naval base. So when you roll the dice on a 1 or 2, you will roll against the it'll be the factory, and then a 3 or 4 is the naval base, and 5 and 6 is the air base. So once you roll to determine which facility you hit, that facility now gets the maximum amount of damage put against it. And then, as I explained in the China video, once a bomb is there, you leave the marker upside down, and then you subtract 2 IPC from the territory value for 5 turns. Now, in the event that you attack a territory that, let's say, has two facilities, you just basically break the dice roll in half. 1 to 3 is a hit against one, and 4 to 5 is a hit against the other. And then you, again, deal out the ground damage, and then go for that. And then that is pretty much it. That's just a quick overview of the atomic bomb rules. Like I had mentioned in another video, we haven't quite figured out what we're going to do with if we're going to have like a radiation sort of thing, so that like if troops move through the territory, there is a chance that they could be harmed by the lingering effects of radiation while the IPC count is down. That's something that we're still experimenting with. But so that, in a nutshell, is how you use atomic bombs in this game. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if you have suggestions, and I hope you all have a good day. Bye.